Okay, well, as the only lord here today right now so far, looks like I am the chairperson as well today. So welcome all. It is our monthly third month, two and then some odd months since we've had one meeting. So welcome. It's what is this? September, October? Yeah, September. There we go. Yeah. So hey, who took the minutes last time, and who wants to do the minutes this time?
I'll volunteer for this time.
I think it was
Chris,
split
thank you.
between us last time.
That's fine. I'm looking at them now.
Okay, great.
Hi. If you want to read out the minutes. Oh, first we will do the intros. Even though everybody visually can now see who's talking because you get to see who's lighting up, it's still nice to say, hey, this is me, we're here. So go ahead and say, hey, we're here. I will start off. I am the wolf, as some of you may know. Sporadic is awake and maybe coming in.
Right.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Attack Cat 99.
Hi, Attack Cat 99.
Thanks, Chris.
Hi, everyone. I'm Prismatic.
Dark Archon.
Racer has muted himself. And Bunny is typing in Bunny speak that she is Bunny.
Racer seems to be having
Yeah,
chat
yes,
issues.
she is me. Oh, and Racer is also typing in chat. Hi. If you want to go ahead and do the minutes.
Okay, sure. So we started our last meeting at 8 o'clock on, it was like July. No, it was June, I think. 12th. We took roll call, showing that DaWolfsDen, Stone of Air, Racer, Tops, Attack Cat, Mystifying Bunny, Prismatic, Dark Archon, uh, and Lord Sporadic Mango were all present. Actually, William DeKill was able to show up partway through as well. We started off with a minutes reading. We then went on to adjust our agenda. We did a review of the bylaws. See, currently, any Discord invites are automatically removed from the server. First change to Discord invites was tabled until discussion of number 5. Wow, how many things do we have to discuss?
Raise your hand. Raise your hand, Sporadic.
I think we can just move over. There's an invite to speak.
Yeah, I invited her to speak.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, you can't drag people into the audience, out of the audience for some reason, but you can invite them.
All right. So we had some votes taking place regarding these. What were these? Bylaw change reviews. First vote was all reports will be kept in the reports channel on the primary Discord server. Everyone voted yes. The bots vote is included in these totals. Was in regards to changes we made around the channel requests channel, I believe. All were in aye. A game or game genre channel request will have 1 month to gain support instead of the usual 1 week. Everyone agreed. A game genre channel will be either granted or integrated into another game genre channel when a genre request receives 15 votes. Bots votes will be included in these totals. I think we were making changes just to include the bot and to solidify our numbers again. Again, everybody voted in agreement with these changes. About 30 minutes into the meeting, we had a review of the role charter. We had has the ability to delete messages on the Discord. Moderator will follow procedures for doing this. And these procedures being to screenshot the entire section to be deleted, upload the screenshots to reports, which prior been towards the Lord's Walk. Everybody agreed with this change with no problems. We voted to remove Mixer and replace it with YouTube. Again, we're discussing changes that were made to the role charter.
Mhm.
Must have a Freemen of Nassau logo to stream. We removed that from our role charter. Everyone voted yes. There was a change on the initiate guide to helper, or from initiate guide to helper. Everyone agreed with this change as well. Wolf was to publish the role charter for public review. I believe we did that. I would actually have to look back at it.
It's
Whatever.
yeah. It was released to review and then sent to the website.
Okay. Continuing minutes read. We had a discussion of promotional channel possibility. Discussion of unasked Discord invited. Discussion of unasked Discord invited. These were related to items number 5 and number 3, which I'm not sure what those were. We had some general discussion about it. Wolf will post a vote for the community asking if people are interested. We'll give people 2 weeks to respond. These will have to meet the same requirements as a new game channel. Oh, promotional channel. Such as for people.
Oh, the
to vote on.
promotion channel. That's
Yeah,
right.
the promo channel. Yep.
We forgot to do that.
Did we?
I think that was voted down.
I remember.
Oh, was that
Yeah.
voted down? Okay.
I think a vote
Yeah.
popped up and didn't happen.
Yeah, I think there were
okay.
more votes
Yeah, that-
against than for.
Yeah, no
Okay.
public wasn't looking for it. Okay, Wolf to post revisions to Lord's Log for approval. Then we'll post to the website and make staffing changes to the website. I don't know about the staffing changes to website, but as you said, the revisions were brought for approval as requested and changes made to the website. There were some other questions. What things are people interested in? Archon mentioned he was interested in some events and some overall engagement. Attack Cat mentioned network activities. Stoner Bear wanted to get back to Wolf regarding interests. And then meeting came to a close.
Woo-hoo. Sounds good.
Includes our meeting grade minutes period from prior meeting, which was like months and months ago.
June, July, August, September. Yeah. That's fine. We didn't have too much to talk about.
Agreed.
All
Right.
And welcome in sporadic. Hi.
That's where
Okay.
I'm muted. Hello.
Hi.
I know. I always forget. I mute myself on my microphone and I mute myself on Discord. So, yeah. It's like, where did I mute?
Mhm.
Okay. The next agenda item is activity levels and where to go from here. So it'll be a general discussion, and I brought it up, so I will bring it up. So basically, this item helps us figure out how we're going to deal with the rest of the items too, and going on. So activity levels have been down. We haven't had any activity. We haven't had any events for the last month. So we didn't have any scheduled event last month, where usually we at least have, an event. But nothing got done last month. We need to find out from the Freemen if people are interested in those things. I think that is in item number 3. We'll talk about that. But generally, activity levels are down. Activity levels for all of us, PMs, lords, Freeman. The stuff that's happening now is there's some sailing going on in Sea of Thieves, and every now and again some shooters get talked about, and there's some talk places, but other than that, it's all a little slow. So we need to find out, and also people coming in into the initiate hub. That's been slow. So we need to talk about, are we going to continue where we're going? If we're going to continue how we're going, how we're doing things, do we need to change things? Do we need to change how we deal with initiates? Do we need to change how we deal with activities? Do we need to make everything open and everyone, make it an open? Someone joins into the Freemen of Nassau Discord and they click on, yeah, I accept the terms of service. I agree with the we have a constitution, all that, and the code of conduct, or code. I know the word. I know I can speak words.
Mhm.
But anyway, they click on the yeah, I agree, and then they're a Freeman. Do we want to do it that way? So that's the general discussion I am going to lay upon the table. What do people think? Where do we stand?
Yes, I am not a robot.
Yay! I am a robot.
Let's see.
How'd you get in here?
I'm
What's up, Chris?
I think we could invite more initiates, although to be honest, the only options I've got there are in my current game list, I think, are randoms I pick up in Apex or randoms that I sail with, and I just don't sail with randoms anymore. I could certainly look for some, I suppose, if we had a drive or some type of purpose to go out and do so. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure about grabbing new people.
I'd say most of my other friends are like Overwatch homies, and we really don't have an Overwatch base here. So there hasn't been a lot of interest in that crossover. But to speak to events, so I'm more than willing to do the event thing if the event thing pops up. But like right now we have had 0 volunteers from both Parliament or from any of Parliament or from the Freemen as a whole for interest. And if there's not interest in running events, just I don't think it can be a one-man job, right? So just putting that on the table. Wolf, you have comments from Elvis in voice hub text.
Yeah, I saw that. We'll hold off on in 2 seconds, Elvis, and then we can if you put your hand up, and if you want to come, if you want to speak, give you a couple minutes. You can come on up, but just raise your hand in the podium, and then we'll bring you on stage. But what was
Were you gonna say something else, Priz?
Yeah. To the end of no non-parliament members bringing events forward. I think I remember Fingers Bounty trying to do something at some point. I'm hazy on the idea of when that was, or maybe he did, or maybe we didn't advertise it enough, or maybe there just wasn't interest in that particular thing. But what I was trying to bring up in mind is that I could certainly volunteer to try to push around the idea and to drive some encouragement or beseechment to present the opportunity to people. I know um to just go into these game groups that are taking place. Like I see some overcooked games. I see some nightly Call of Duty groups and different things where we can just point out, hey, we could if we can just get someone to, we can make a whole night of this. We'll see if we can get more Freemen into your game by advertising and making it more of a thing. Then
Right.
maybe we can get some people to buy in who don't normally. But like I know there's this step that people don't always aren't th-
They don't always advertise they're doing a thing.
right, and
Mm.
people think, well, I don't usually do the thing. I'm not the person that usually does things, so I wouldn't even know how to do that. When it's really easy and it's really something we just need to like. Sure, I'll hold your hand and walk you through it because it's just we advertise here, we mention it here, we try to set up a thing, a check-in sheet or whatever, and then boom, you've got like instead of the 4 Freemen you usually get on your nightly game, hey, look, 12 people showed up, and you guys can do
You can do a little
different
more.
stuff or the same stuff. It doesn't matter, but you've got different faces in a different group for a thing, right?
And I,
Sometimes we just have to grab someone and encourage them to go ahead and put in the time or effort or whatever it is that you think's holding you back.
and there are people that just they don't feel like they're the kind of person that can, lead an event. And it's, yeah, like you said, it's very easy to do. It's just they're not, they don't feel that they're that type of person. I know, I didn't think I would be one of those type of people to be able to tell people, okay, we're gonna, schedule things and do things, and then, and then I became
Here
that
we
person.
are.
Yep. And many years later, here I am. I think one of the things, so like in Parliament, in the Parliament chamber, or in Parliament in the Parliament Parliament chambers. Nobody I don't think some of the people clicked in there. Like Racer. I'm not sure, but you may not have clicked in there because you're already in the the role of event event coordinator, event whatever it is. So you might not have clicked in there because you're already there. So people might already not have clicked into it because they think they're already doing it. I don't know. Okay, Rachel, that's correct. And that's probably the same with Will. He could have gone, well, I'm already in the role, I'm already doing the thing, so so that could have been the thing there. So as far as nobody getting any applications in, we don't get a lot of applications in for anything.
Right.
Doing the news report every month or every week. We always ended up saying, and if you want to become, network's looking for people, and admin's looking for people, and
Always.
yeah, no. So nobody, people just want to either, do their thing, or, some people want to want to do other stuff, but a lot of people just want to be in a gaming group to game.
Mhm.
Um, if we want to bring in Elvis, I think he wants to talk about Initiate Hub stuff. So if you're ready to speak, I will invite you to speak. I think you have to accept, I believe. Kind of new on the whole Parliament stage still. I clicked on the invite to speak. I think you I think there's the
Oh, there it
there you
goes.
go.
I'm so sorry about that. I just saw it on the top of my screen. I'm like, oh, there it goes. Okay. So, do I just start speaking or
Yeah.
all right.
You gotta say
So
it.
I wanted to go off the point of like events and like not a lot of activity, because I definitely have experienced that a lot. Um, that's why like I actually went on my own mission to solve this. So I like you guys want to make events, and I've been on the networking help at one point. Went early in my membership, and what's the biggest issue is overall activity. We have not a lot of activity in the server, and as you said, not a lot of people joining the server. Um, so what I did was I went out on my own mission on going to other places, observing, and what it meant boils down to is networking with other servers to making like partnerships or like alliances, that kind of thing. And what the benefit is, they will advertise your server and on both servers. Like, so the person that you want to be friends with, that if you when you negotiate that hurdle, will advertise your server. So say for instance, I'm going to use this one server for example. They have 6 currently advertising their server, and they also do events together and so on and so forth. But the only difference is with all the servers they do, they're not because the server they're called privateers. They are not all their friends are not Sea of Thieves, but they always invite all the other server members to come and do events with them, that kind of thing. So why don't we do that here? And they would, one, boost membership. 2, it would also boost like other server relations. So then it would give them a lot more. Give you guys a lot more like um activity in the server, and also better ideas to more motivation to host events, because like we can talk. I bet Attack Cat has such great ideas with events, but like there's no one that wants to come to the event. I mean, like, so that's why I'm thinking, like, why I talked to Primatic at one time about why we don't make friends with other servers, but like it would definitely open up a lot of opportunity, and I have done it myself. That they will people from other servers, especially admins, are willing to make friends and just to do it. They're very open to it. So that's all I got to say, and I wanted to see what you all thought.
Hi. Well, we've done in about a year and a half ago. We did try and we created an ambassador role just for this for being able to go into other servers and making those handshakes. We were part of a server group that was an alliance of Sea of Thieves servers. And it got to be um yeah, the BRN. Is that
British Royal Navy.
Yeah.
mhm.
The Royal
And,
Navy.
well, and it was actually a group that was British Royal Navy and some other sailing groups out there.
Can I ask a
And
question, sir?
Mhm.
Was the owner Nielsen?
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
Small world.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know who the Navy is very well. And because the group, the privateers left Nielsen to make for that same reason why they're because they were very bad. So like that's how everybody I've come across who knows the Royal Navy and how like who they are.
Well,
But yeah,
and this is why we kind of like stepped out of just doing these inter server things, because it always there always seems to be drama in other servers, that we try not to be a part of. Like, oh, we did a server thing with this other group, and then this other group, they stole some of our stuff, and there was misunderstandings, or sometimes people will, oh, but I just played a prank on you. That's fine, but the other team sees it as an act of aggression, and so then it becomes war, and then there becomes fighting back and forth, and it's just a lot of drama that we were like,
We
we
didn't need.
we just yeah, we were like, well, we're
Not
dealing
interested
with
in
a reorg of the Constitution. We're rewriting the Constitution. We're doing other stuff. We're just gonna pull out of this because we don't need the drama llamas.
hmm and it what it the part of the thing that happened was it would introduce our members to these other groups whose core values don't necessarily line up with Fawn's core values. Either they just don't have any, uh, as clearly stated. I'm sure they've got their own things, but um,
The
some of
bad
these Discord
habits might
groups
be
are
picked
just
up.
Discord groups, and all it is someone lets them in, and they're in for whatever until they're either kicked out or asked to leave, or or they're perfectly good members and everything else. Uh, the thing is, we don't have any sort of visibility or control on that unless you're physically there, a member of this other group, and a participating individual.
Mhm.
Uh,
And
so uh,
and
so to sign off and say that these people are going to follow our core values, that they like, this was part of the reason that attracted people to Fawn in the first place, is that
Oh.
this respect and this work towards cooperation on, and yeah.
Yeah, and there's um that was the reason why we have the vetting process originally in the beginning. Was there are people that and have different play styles. Some people love to go in and we're gonna infiltrate a group. We're gonna do an alliance, and we're gonna do stuff, and then we're gonna steal everything, stab in the back, and get out of there and have lots of fun. And that's a valid playing style. That's not the Freeman of Nassau playing style. But and we would go, okay, well, that's cool. That's good. That's not our thing, but here's another group that is more like that, and you might enjoy sailing with them. That's cool. And that's why we do the vetting, is to go, oh, you're someone that likes to do um intrigue and stuff. Well, that's not our thing. So
Or if you're
you
looking for
probably
role
wouldn't feel
play,
good
that
here.
isn't necessarily something that's huge on our server, right? Like try to figure out the right
Exactly.
home for you.
Mhm.
Then do we have Discord? Like, do we have an advertisement on Discord?
I've not heard of Discord. We did have one on Discord servers, and on there's another one. We've done a couple. There's a lot of different Discord server discovery services. We're on the official Discord server list. We've not gotten a lot of people off of those. But I will say that when we were doing the Discord, not Discord, but Discord servers, I think it's discord.gg or whatever, servers.gg, Discord servers, whatever. We were using the vetting hub, which was its own server, which was one of the reasons why we brought the Discord server, the hub server into here, because the Discord hub usually only had like 12 people on it, 20 people on it. So people would look at the server list and go, oh, I don't want to go to a server that only has 12 people.
So people would join and then leave right away. 'Cause that's all they saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's all they see here too. But at least on the website, it will show that this server has 188 people. And when they come in to this vetting hub still on the server, they're only going to see the couple of people that are in the vetting hub area, because they're not going to see the whole list of people, because we don't want bots coming in and spamming everyone. So
Wouldn't the bots that come in have to go through the vetting process? So that's kind of like a shield to get into for them to get into the regular server.
so are you talking the our vetting process, like
No,
speaking with
no.
someone,
No. You
or
said
the
like
click on a button?
bots would join the server. Like you don't want bots to join the server, that kind of thing. And what that thought, wouldn't the bots be prevented from joining the main Freemen of Nassau server from, because they would have to go through the vetting process first, and since they physically cannot go through the vetting process if they're not a real person, then they would pretty much leave.
Well, yeah. So we used to have a separate vetting server, and I think that's how you came on. Was we had the separate vetting server, and then we
Yeah.
gave you an invite into the server. Right now, we've merged the two. So the vetting hub is just a separate area of the server.
Uh,
Yeah. So, but it's the same thing there. Bot accounts can only see the people that have access to the channels that they have access to, which they only have a subset of, they only have a very small few bunch of channels that you don't have access to, because nobody's in there.
of course.
Yeah, regular Freemen don't have access to the vetting area, because we don't want a bot to come in and harvest all the accounts that are here and then spam everyone.
Yeah. But it's a real I definitely have with this research, because this is how I actually look up servers that I'm interested in joining. I always primarily go to Discord. You can like look it up literally, you can put anything, but servers can host ads of their server into into the Discord. They actually also have a Discord bot that would be invited to the server. So pretty much they would be linked from that ad that is on their server into the and they will come right into the server. I use it a lot, especially as someone that actually goes to other servers. And that's how the majority of the pings that I have seen other servers do get more members is through Discord, because a lot of people nowadays use Discord to like look for new servers. And I would
Yeah.
yeah, sorry,
Go
I would just say I would highly recommend it.
Yeah. Discord's one of the many Discord server lists out there. But yeah, we can look at that. We can look at that and look at checking that out too.
Yeah, but that's
Might be a great way to-
pretty much it I got.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh,
I appreciate it. I have that in my on my browser right now. Gonna go look at that afterwards. Hi, Ralph. By the way, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the audience. If you want to throw a question into a question just out there, throw it up right upstairs into the voice hub text channel. If you want to talk, you can always raise your hand, but we'll ask you, throw in voice hub text what you want to talk about, subject. the agenda is posted at the top in the announcement. So we're going to have an open general discussion or open floor at the end of this. But yeah, bye. Any other discussions on activity levels? Where we go from here? What we want to?
Just to push it back towards events and stuff. Let's start by trying to crush an event in. I'm gonna say the 1st of October because that's the weekend 2 weeks from now. I don't think 1 week's enough time to really advertise and get people on board unless it's something like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately, unfortunately today is Speak Like a Pirate Day, which would have been a great day to have a Sea of Thieves event. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. But let's. I think we should try to throw an event together soon. I guess if we don't have anything else pop up, I'll gladly take on and try to. I'll find a game that we have at least 4 players on. That's not a challenge. Hold on, 6 players on that we can get at least this set up, and then try to advertise and see if we can grab some more people.
I mean, Sea of Thieves might actually make sense next weekend because, or this upcoming weekend, because the new season starts the 23rd.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we do something the 25th, that would have, I think that would have a draw for people.
Okay. A week that's fine. That's plenty of time.
It's doable.
Let me throw together, and I'll go ahead and take lead on that, as well as trying to take October in general to get somebody that's not usually doing an event, and I'll try to drag them in personally to get them to give me an event idea in this game that they're playing, and I'll hang out with them, and we'll get people organized into this event.
Yeah, I guess if you guys have ideas for good people to add to events committee, please go ahead and pop it into Parliament chambers, and we can talk to them and see what the deal is. So, see if they'd be interested.
And the applications channel is not just for your own applications, but if you wanna, hey, that this person's kind of talked about it, but they're kind of shy and they don't want to, they talk to me about kind of wanting to do it, and I think they'd be really good at doing this, but they're kind of shy and don't want to really raise their hand, but I think they would be really cool at something. Nominate them in applications, and then we'll get it in the Parliament area and see that. So for general audience out there, Ralph, Elvis, or anyone, or Skull, or anyone else that listens to this later, applications is also for throwing other people's hats into the ring.
That's true.
And we'll talk about that application template later on in the day, in the night.
Right.
So we're pursuing events. Are there any other avenues that we can pursue to increase activity level?
Let's one of the things we were going to talk about, and I guess we'll take that. We can actually take that on in vetting talk later. Then since we'll be talking about vetting, well, I was going to talk about Initiate Hub, but we'll throw that in under vetting item 4. Yeah, so never mind.
Okay. So something coming up. The only other thing I can think is the advertising thing, which Elvis has mentioned, using Discord to help advertise, and I don't know if we get any kind of traffic towards that Xbox Club, or if there's any way to advertise through that as well,
And
or if it's just been stale.
I've also heard rumors that they might be trying to do away with Xbox clubs, but I'm really
Okay.
not sure because that's how they manage certain things, like certain memberships for like Minecraft servers and stuff, right? So I don't know. But you see like the new Xbox apps and stuff like that on PC, they don't have clubs anywhere. So then like the Windows G doesn't have clubs anywhere. Like you have to go to the game bar to get to anything. So I don't know where things are going with that, if they're trying to do away with it or what.
Yeah, and True Racer says he can start advertising in his TikTok account. People can people can always publicly, if they have Twitter feeds and Twitter, if they have Twitter's accounts out there and want to tweet, they can always share our tweets, tweet our information. If they want to
Totally.
TikTok our information.
So
Yeah,
the
servers are public.
server,
The server.
yeah, you can join the server, and it'll take you to the vetting hub, and then so you'll only be able to see like a couple, like 2, maybe 3 channels, and then once you go through vetting, you would be able to see everything else, like all the game hub and stuff like that.
I
And
say
we're also,
it would be a little silly just to like push someone the Discord link without any kind of preface. But there is information there in the Initiate Hub welcome that points them towards a website that actually explains who Freemen are, that actually explains what we're here and why they're in this room that has like 3 channels available to them. But
and
they have to know to actually read this and look into it, as opposed to just dropping in and being like, "Hey, I thought I was joining a Discord server. What is this? This is garbage. I'm leaving."
yeah, and unfortunately, that's what a lot of people that come off of random links will do is they come into the Initiate Hub, go, oh, there's only a few channels here. There's nothing really here. Yeah, I'm just out of here. There are other times people will come in and then leave like within a minute. We'll see accounts come in and then leave, probably because they see it's an 18 and over, in the rules, if they actually read the rules, and they go, oops, I'm not 18, I'm out. We don't know why they leave because they don't say.
So it's great to recommend and to get people to go there, but we also need to. It helps to touch on these people and get that line of communication with them ahead of times or something to let them know what to expect. What is this, and why you're going to see what you're going to see.
And tell them to tell us that, hey, Elvis recommended I come here, because then we know, oh, okay, this person is not just a rando. There's a little bit more to it.
That'd be dope.
We could do that.
Yes.
Yep.
In fact, we might. I mean, I know the one we've got is pretty outdated.
Yeah, and
But-
it's pretty much it's a nice trailer, but it doesn't really say what we do or anything like that. It's just
Okay.
it's a nice trailer. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just Sea of Thieves focused, because that trailer was made when Sea of Thieves was our only thing.
Right. I know we have some clips and stuff that have been put together, like that we've been collecting, but I know we need some more from people. That comes with activity as well. So
I could get you some B-roll footage of sailing a brig against the wind in Sea of Thieves. And then I can also get you some B-roll footage of sailing against the wind in Valheim. And
Yes, Chris.
I'll bet. Give me a second. You see.
Nah, just Against the Wind.
Yeah.
Against the Wind's the best.
I bet I can find another one. And then we can try to merge these. There's no wind in Minecraft, is there? I can
No,
make
there's
it
no
look
wind in
like there's
Minecraft.
wind.
There might
I'm
be
sure
some in
we-
modded Minecraft.
I'm sure we can do it. We can come up
There's
with something in Minecraft to
updrafts,
get us
but,
going against the wind.
We
Yeah,
can make it
I
look
haven't
like
seen
wind.
exactly.
I got you, fam.
All right. Oh, okay.
Oh, you
We'll
want
add action too,
action?
not just B-roll footage.
Yep. Come on in. Come on, let's go.
Is it clips from Ark about sailing across the?
Hey Ralph, do you have you're I it's been a long time. Are you're in the network, correct? I can actually click on you to find out if you are, but you know that's work. But I can't remember.
No,
Let me
the
see.
answer was no.
No.
Sorry.
The answer is no. Thank you.
There we go.
But
Sorry.
yeah, we can get you set up to access a Google Drive we have that you can throw some stuff in. We're always open to clips, or if you have clips that are already captured in like a game DVR or you know whatever service, you can always link us to those there. Throw them in Freeman Media. We can grab them from there. Hey, Skull.
Hello, hello. Sorry, just something I thought I would kind of throw in to the proverbial ring here for possible uh, advertising, basically. I don't know how many of you remember, but a while back I was kind of tinkering with a reworked version of the song "We Shall Sail Together" to "We
Mhm.
Shall Game Together." If there's something that somebody here thinks they can work with that as like a background thing, I'd be happy to talk shop with them, give them what I have. It's not much, but what I have with the song.
Hi. Yeah, I remember that we were playing with that, or you were doing that, and then yeah.
Yeah, it was something I was tinkering with a while back. Got one or two people to kind of add their own vocals to it, but then it just kind of fizzled out. Like I said, it was just
Yeah.
something I thought I kind of put the proverbial bug in your ear about.
Definitely. We should probably
Okay. All right.
not really like an art attack, but yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that,
All right.
because I'd
That's it.
forgotten about
Yep, that's it. That's all. I shall return to obscurity.
that. Never, sir. Okay, Ralph. That sounds good.
Okay, so what actions? I think we're close to wrapping this one up, right, Wolf?
Yeah.
Okay, so what actions do we have coming out of that, Priz?
DaWolfsDen's going to investigate this board. Let me write these two just to cut through the clutter.
Yeah. I think the ones we have used is Discord Me and Top GG. Or no, Discord servers. One of the two of those three. I remember throwing us in. There's also Discord ST. There's a bunch of Discord server lists out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, hi Venom.
All right, we were gonna schedule an event,
Oh,
an SOT
yeah,
event.
I've got Priz host an event this weekend, 9/24th. Priz to encourage a fun to lead an event in October. To encourage.
We're getting a lot of audio leak from you, Venom.
Yeah, we hear you, radio.
Or your daughter. One of the two.
Oh, okay.
Right.
DaWolfsDen Discord. Host the event, encourage fund members, and that's what we've got really as actionable items. The mention of a promo video would be neat and something we could discuss with. I
That's
don't know
something
who's in lead of
that'll need additional
networking, but
discussion.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's something that
Uh,
I'll try to figure out on that one because normally we're short on editors
Mhm.
That's
Um,
from
yeah. So we'll see what we can do there.
I'm going to ping you as an action, then follow
Yeah.
up on promo video idea.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest was just information and suggestions and such. So that's what we got. 4 items.
Okay.
One's to push the outside advertising. One's for the tangible event. One's to grab someone and trick them into putting on an event. And then you to get this to investigate promo video.
Yep. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, we certainly don't have a shortage of footage. We just need skills to put it together
Execution.
and
Yeah.
time and drive and someone to execute.
Okay.
Make another item action for getting Elvis and Ralph network access or access to the places to put stuff if they have clips they want to upload.
And places
But
to put stuff is different than network access. So let's
exactly
it'll be an
that's
additional,
why.
Yeah. Okay.
I got all those.
Yeah, I've got DaWolfsDen to get access for Ralph and Elvis to play a place to contribute footage.
Cool. Thank you.
Cool.
All right. Then
Are you ready for next?
Yep, we will go to action item number 3. Sorry to go to 2. Network PR events talk and updates. So if you haven't noticed from most of the PMs here should know, but for everyone else, Kat has been given the task of being basically our project lead, project manager.
I'm an events lady.
Exactly. She comes with some skills in the area, just tiny bare little small skills of coordinating things. So yeah, she's given the honor of helping to get things coordinated and things like that. So I'll let her talk more about network stuff, PR events, and what are we thinking of doing, and that's not yeah, never mind. Yeah, I'm speaking. Go for it, Kat.
All right. So one of the things that you guys may have seen is we're starting to recruit for an events committee. One of the things I remember when I first came into the Fawn, I was like, well, what's the network? Oh, network is events and stuff. And it's just kind of confusing. Like network to me is like an IT thing, right? It's your computer network, right? So I'm going to try to move in the direction of making things a bit clearer for people like, hey, here's an events committee, here's like our streaming group. And then like here, hopefully I can get together a group as well of editors and things like that for promotional things in the long run. So the first thing I'm going to try to roll out is some events changes, getting that committee up and kind of like splintering that out, and splintering the streaming into its own section as well, separate from events, just kind of giving that visibility, kind of bring it up out of its network into its own thing. So we'll still keep a lot of the channels and things like that. We're just working through some bot stuff with the streaming to make sure that some of the like auto posting that currently goes on, make sure that that continues. So Priz, if you can add that as an action item, Wolf and I need to follow up on that bot for the auto posting for streaming. But I mean, overall, you guys are already seeing some of the changes and things like that. As far as events, we'll have one either the 24th or 25th. I know the 24th is a Friday, Priz, so I'm not sure how you want to deal with that. But then we'll figure out, we'll try to get somebody who isn't in Parliament to try to host an event in October. And then we'll see if we add another one in there as well, or if we try to do something fun Halloween wise. Maybe like a couple days after Halloween or something, get together, or costume contests. I don't know, something fun like that that's a bit different. So see where that leads. But I guess, does anybody have any questions or things like that? Because I know it's a more recent change. So
Yeah, the one of the things we've talked about event bots and coordination bots and things like that. And one of I noticed in one of my streamer server that I'm on, they're a partnered server, and they never use it. But I noticed they have an events button at the top of their thing where at the top of their Discord, where events actually get scheduled. It's actually a Discord, and I posted it in Parliament Chambers. It's actually Discord went, hey, you know what? People like to do events on our servers. We didn't know that, but now we do. So we're going to give events to people. So we might not have to deal with having to bring in a bot to do events. I've looked at a couple of scheduling bots over the last couple of months. Things keep on changing. One of them, that just for like scheduling this meeting every month is kind of gets difficult. So there's a few of those scheduling bots out there. Some of them are annoying, and some of them are
thanks.
changing. So.
Thanks for reminding me, Wolf. One of the things I was thinking about changing was using the event bot. We currently use the event bot, right? But there's no like details about what's happening with the event, right? Like we used to be able to post like a little blurb about like, hey, season 4 is coming out for Sea of Thieves. Y'all should come and sail the seas with us because of that. But you can't do that with the bot, right? Unless you include it in the title and make it really long.
Yeah, which is annoying. There's many things annoying with the events bot that YAG has, but
right.
it's what we had that pinged people.
Right.
I
So I don't know
I
if we want to try something different this time around, Priz, and post with the blurb and stuff like we used to.
Mhm.
Um, and
Yeah, might
then
want to
from
find
there
out
we
from
can
people.
post to.
Might want to find out from people if they actually like that event reminder, that ping reminder or not.
There's not a whole lot of people that are like doing the thing anyway, like that
Exactly.
are saying yes, I'm attending, and it always posts it in a different time zone. So I think if we just post in there like this time Eastern, right? Like we used to, keep it nice and standard. I think it might help. But we can try it and see how it works. And I guess when people come to the event, we can see if they liked that more than the other ones or something.
I'll do that for the season 4 rollout event.
Okay. And then we can just post as normal to the other, like to the Google Calendar, Facebook and things like that. Try to make sure that we roll it out to our social media as well. Oh yeah, that's the other thing
Yep.
that is kind of rolling under the network related stuff as well as social media stuff. So
Exactly.
yeah, the time thing always throws me too, Mango. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
and it's hard for me
and
to schedule an event too because the bot wants a certain time. Then like I struggle doing events to make sure I get the right times. So this is makes it easier for everybody, I'm hoping. But we'll see.
Yeah, I know Racer has to convert it to CST and then
Yeah.
or not CST, convert it to
GMT.
GMT. Thank you. Racer has suggestions about timing. He is typing.
Why is he typing and not talking?
Because he's
Mic
not near his
issues.
mic.
While he's typing, because I know it's hard to type and leave dead air. Ah, there we go. So he can do conversions to make it easier so that people know what time it is, time it starts for them. Well, see, that's where, so the bot YAG gives people the ability to set their time zone. So if you've set your time zone, like if I go into the event, it shows me what time the event starts at the bottom. It also tells me when I type in 8 p.m. space PST, it tells me, oh, that time you just typed in there is at 8 p.m. your time. It's like, well, no, it's not. It's 8 p.m. PST, but you're stupid and just read 8 p.m. So it's a very stupid bot. So I don't like its time conversion stuff.
Right. I know you can do the Google conversion, but you think about it like I do it in order to put it into the app or into the calendar. And then everybody else has to do the same thing. We used to run everything on Eastern because that's what most of our player base is in the States or Canada. And so everybody like mentally can automatically calculate what the Eastern time zones are. As opposed to the other things. And it just worked easier for most people. So I don't know. We can try it, see how it works out. I'm all for experimentation here.
Whatever gets people, whatever gets people in seats, whatever gets butts in seats,
Yep.
people having fun.
Okay.
All
All right, but
does
that's
anyone
it
have
from my
any?
side.
Anyone have any other network PR stuffy things? I know there was something else I wanted to talk about on there, but I do not remember what it was because I don't know where my notes went.
It's all good.
The problem with Ralph, the problem with the pinning a post with conversions is daylight savings time is different for every place in the world and even different parts of the country of the United States, Canada. There are different provinces that their daylight savings time changes differently. So like on the East Coast, their daylight savings time is on a different date change than other provinces. So DST is the worst thing. There's we can have a the link. Yep, it does fuck it all. Yep. We could pin a the Google link that says with the parameter filled out for EST. Since we standardize on EST, I like that we standardize on one time zone because people get used to, okay, that means I have to do a calculation that's 3 hours difference. But yeah, I think pinning a Google link sounds good. Time convert.
Oh, Prez, if you would also include a time and date countdown. It's like a website thing. If you'd include a link to that in the post whenever you do it, it provides like a countdown for how long until the event.
Yeah, there's a There's
Added it
also
to
a
my
way
action
we can
item.
do it with bots to just automatically update the post to a countdown, but that's annoying. So
Yeah, that sounds
I
terrible.
like doing the
No
website.
offense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the problem is that it will probably fill up our logs for
Uh-huh.
this edit got changed once. It got changed a minute later. It got changed a minute later. It got
Yeah,
changed. Yeah.
it sounds like a nightmare.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's why I've avoided it.
Fair. No problem though.
Okay.
Kill beans. I think that if that wraps us up out of network and events updates, agenda item
Yes.
3, we will pop down to agenda item 4, vetting talk. Let's see. Let me get back over here. One of the things I wanted to bring up in for vetting is I haven't been doing it either. We need to, ping out every now and again to the initiates. Hey, I got a couple hours that I'm going to be available to take people. If you got a couple hours that you're playing a game or something, but you got some time that you're ready to be able to vet people, ping out into the initiates. Hey, I got some time. If anyone wants to get vetted, let us know. It's something that we were doing. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is and Venom. If I don't know if you want to bring up anything else in this too, but if we want to go back to us, we used to have a schedule. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, between this time and this time, you know, someone was available. One person was available. That was their time, and then another time other people were available. We had that for a while. It seemed to work sometimes, but then people would have to switch with other people, and that was when we had more people coming in for vetting. We don't have a lot of people coming in for vetting. Maybe that'll change if we get more people in and get fresh blood coming back in. Um, because as a community, communities are usually an attrition. If we lose from attrition, people just leave communities. It happens. We need new blood in all the time to refresh things and keep new things going. So maybe that's a way to bring in people. Setting up times again, schedules. I don't know where we want to go with that. And then there's the options of as we talked about, making it you read the terms of service, that as a Freeman, I promise, that I respect is most important, and that all the things, and I agree, and then they become a Freeman and not go through a voice vetting. I've always been against that. I mean, I've always been kind of against that for the Freeman, just because one of the things that I always push as a Freeman, especially to when we get uh, um, females in, is we've vetted a lot of these people, and a lot of these people, that we get more groups of females in, not to be sexist, but we get groups of more females in because we're kind of a little bit more of a, if we see a lot of people like, hey, you're sexy, you're a lady, oh my god, we tend to not have those people in. Vetting a lot of times catches that kind of thing. So at having had a daughter that has gone through communities and having been a female gamer,
Oh
it
yes,
can be
no
harder
bueno.
for Yeah, I can understand not having been a female, but having had a daughter that's been a female and gone through the vetting, it can be bad.
Mhm.
So that's why I like, talking to people. Yeah, it's as Braddock's. It's a nice place to have. It's a nice place to, that, if people are going to be dicks, they're probably not going to be around too often.
Yeah.
So
Or they're
what
going
if
to
we
be.
I'm pretty would staunchly defend the idea of keeping our vetting process as a I know it's not face to face, but as a person to person, whatever. I don't think a checkbox would do us any good. I think it would do us a lot of disservice.
Aye.
would
Because, like you say, as a freeman, I agree to this, but initiates aren't freemen yet, and I don't want to bestow that on. Not that it's just, I don't, I appreciate that there was somewhere in the chain, there was someone that spoke to this person and said, "Hey, this person appears to not be a total dirtbag." Just somewhere in the way that, yes, there was someone that spoke up and was like, yeah, even if it was a quick conversation, and I get it that you don't really catch all the troublemakers, but I think it's a valuable filter that I would hate to throw away.
could the checkbox still shorten the amount of time required for vetting, like not needing to go through all the rules and crap with them?
It could.
Like that it has been on their screen. Right now,
Yeah.
they could never have even looked at the rules section.
The thing is, and as Braddock says too, how many people read the terms of service before they click on agree? Yeah,
Zero.
I agree with Apple
I know.
to sell my baby, and yeah, it's all good.
So I keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, even short and sweet. You can
I
have
just click yes.
there have been
But-
plenty of studies that show that there can be 5-line thing, and people will they'd rather just not read it.
Mhm.
Are there shortcuts we can offer?
Um,
Like,
is the half-hour vetting process too long of a process?
I mean, it
I
doesn't
mean,
have to be half hour, right? It's
I'm
whatever
trying to
events are
figure out
taken.
why are we even questioning our vetting process? We've been doing it forever. This is the way we do things, and it's been working. We don't need
Well-
everything easy. We need to vet them so that we don't let people that aren't Freeman worthy in the Freeman.
And that's where we're talking is the I think the reason we're talking about it is there haven't been a lot of initiates in, and there haven't been a lot of vettings done, and maybe
Well, that's
there's
because
other ways.
we haven't been playing games as Freeman. We haven't been having events. We haven't been using the social media the way we should. So there's the reason we don't have initiates. It has nothing to do with the vetting process.
We have had some people come in after events and they see the vetting process and they don't want to deal with it.
Hmm. Which is,
I
Which
mean,
is
that's fine
their
for
it's a
them.
prerogative.
minority.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
And like I've got a couple of members myself that like I can think of Queen and Kex both, who I during a sailing event got them to come in as initiates so that I could pull them into one of our voice channels. And then I was like, hey, I know they both had fun, they were interested, and both backed out, and I still got to follow up with them to find out what kind of got them to turn around and head out.
Yeah, because they were good quality peeps too.
Yeah, they're still on my short list for, hey, why don't I get these people in?
Well, and that's where we might want to bring into into a something that is a valuable chain, might be a value add, is if there's been a sailing event and if there's been a PM, if there's been a vetter that has sailed with them on the boat, while you're sailing with them, you're getting an understanding of them.
Yeah,
That's
why wasn't
a
that part
shortcut.
up here?
Yeah, you're not necessarily vetting them. You're not going through the entire, if somebody left and we said we're not going to tell you that, why they had left, are you going to get upset? Because we hold, information valuable. We don't want people, we're not going to tell you, oh, they left because they were being an asshole. We're not doing that entire vetting during a sale or during an event. But if a vetter has gone, okay, I've sailed with this person, I've done, this person, they've come to vetting chamber, they've come to the initiate hub, give them a short pass, let's get them,
Just get their
give
info
them,
and get
yeah,
them
get
through.
get the quick and dirties.
Okay.
I think I'm good with that because that seems to satisfy my thing of, we had that face-to-face time or whatever the approximation for that is. And you get that thumbs up of approval from a probably vested Freeman that says, encouraging the induction of said person, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I would say if it's a vetter, let's see. So sporadic, one idea for doing the vetting. Yep. One idea of the vetting is going into the initiate chat and seeing if there's anyone who wants to game in whatever game. Yes, they might not have it, and so it may not always work. And then while you game with them, you can ask if they want to go through the vetting, since y'all game anyways. No idea if that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, we
That's
essentially
kind
used to do that. You used to have to sail with somebody back in the
Mhm.
day. So
and that's the way I've told people when I've done the when I was you know uh, uh, the person was getting, you don't have to vet in vetting chat number 1 and vetting chat number 2. You can, if you have an initiate that wants to get vetted, you say, hey, you want to play Grand Theft Auto, or you want to play some game while we vet, because if you're gonna vet with
I,
them, and if you got a couple of them,
I feel you get
that
a better feel for the person that way as well than
Mhm.
than an interview situation where they know that's an interview situation. Like, let's just play a
Exactly.
game. And by the way, I've got, hey, what's your gamer tag?
And some people don't want to download Discord. That's part of the problem with if they're gonna be a Freeman, they really have to have Discord. Just because there's no way for them to understand stuff. But if it's you can vet with them, talk to them, and say, do a vetting while you're sailing with just random person. Go, oh, hey, you seem like you're a good type cool person. Let me tell you about the Freeman. And maybe vet them, and then if they feel like they want to be members, send them Discord. But yeah, they're gonna have to have Discord if they're gonna be a Freeman, really, realistically.
Sure. That's where we keep our roles for active and inactive
Yeah.
and stuff. I've got a couple of, I'd have to look to see if Mixandre's still even active or not. Well, I know I've got a couple of people that I have to remind and be like, hey, they're doing a thing. So if you could, I know you probably didn't see that message. Go ahead and log into Discord, do the thing, look and click the button. I
yeah.
had at least 2 people that I had to go through and be like, hey, I know you're still active, you're still playing games and you're doing things. So do this because I know you didn't see the notice.
And we might want to do an initiate sale. Like, hey, we're gonna be holding a sale on Sea of Thieves sailing on Saturday the 14th. Any initiates want to sail with us and get vetted?
Oh,
Come
now
on
that's an
in.
idea. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
That might get people interested in. Oh, I'll be sailing with a group of people. Sure, that might be a good thing. And it also relieves some of the boredom for us too, because going through vettings is fun the first few times, maybe a little nail bitey for people that aren't used to interviewing people, but yeah, it could be more fun just getting out and doing things. One also possible thing we could do is for the clicky button thing. We could make it a clicky button thing where they clicky button and they get access to a few other channels that have more, like all of the vested Freemen in it, or a channel where something I was
Like a
trying to do with the
half
helpers.
Freeman status.
Yeah, so it doesn't give access to the entire server list.
Could you
but
give
at least
permissions to view but not post?
we could, but that would still give. So coming from IT security, I just a bot that just goes in and harvests the information, well, and then pings people. They just need view to be able to get the server list.
I mean, there's a chance of that anywhere, right? If you're in any public thing, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's why we're not that's why we only limit it to Initiate Hub anyway, is so no one has access to the by default the server list. But yeah, so there's some streamers that have public chat where everybody has access to public chat. But then if you're a subscriber, from YouTube or Twitch or whatever, or
Right.
Patreon member or whatever,
There's
then they
separate
have access
chats.
to. Yeah. So we could do something of that same variety where there is a Freeman and public chat where
I don't know.
everyone has access to it.
We
I
have
don't.
trouble getting activity already
disagree.
on the main things.
Mhm.
That's my
I
only
disagree.
concern.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's like a weird. You're Freeman, but you're not Freeman, so we'll let you see, but we're not going to let you see. We're not going to let you participate, but we want you to see, so you come in, and it
Well,
adds a
but
lot
that
of
complexity.
into it.
Well, and that's where I was saying a public channel. That's so like in the Initiate Hub, there's a public channel
Okay.
where Freeman can go into if they want to. But
And chat
yeah,
with the non-Freeman. Or chat with the initiates.
yeah, chat with the initiates. That was kind of the thing I was trying to do with the helper role. And maybe we just expand the helper role. Hey, anybody that wants to have access to be able to talk with initiates, get the helper role, and you can talk with initiates and
So you
be
can
our.
self-subscribe as a helper.
Yeah, maybe we do something like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to get more people into, okay, if a vetter comes in and sees an empty server, then then
That
they
might
might
work.
not be as, yeah, they might be, yeah. Just trying to get some different ideas out there.
Still on the side of it, but
Yeah,
it's the thing.
I am too. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
wanted to throw it out to you guys,
I mean,
because
if you're
I'm
looking for
not
a larger gaming pool,
sure.
right? Like if nobody's available for sailing in the Freeman and there's some initiates who are down, like who cares, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and if if like Ralph, Stav, Bull come back and say, "Hey, I sailed with this guy from the Initiates area, and
Right.
it was pretty cool," then we can go, okay. Hey, Kate, can you make sure and let us know when we're ready to vet? We'll get you vetted real quick. You got props.
Okay. I mean, we could try it if it doesn't work or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Mhm.
So, action item to make a self
In the roles channel.
assigning role. Yeah, self assigning helper role in the in the role assignments.
Is this a new helper level, or is this just make the current helper level a self-assigning role? I don't know what access helper really has at the moment without looking. I should probably investigate real quick.
I mean, it can be part of that. Probably.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Ralph. I missed that the part about the initiate day once a month. As Apple first Saturday of every month. Initiate day to get together to mingle with and play with other already vetted freemen, expand people's group of friends. Yeah, it's kind of the
I mean,
thing we're talking about there. I think.
hopefully we get the initiates through sooner than once a month.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
that's the thing is they're let's sit in initiates hub, and we try and get them, getting ready to vet, but nobody,
yeah.
we have 4 initiates that are online right now.
What are we doing with the current initiate pool? Because I posted last Monday and said, "Yo, get with us in the next week. Like, tell us when you're gonna be available, and we'll figure it out." Nobody's posted anything.
So I go
Right.
through and purge once every about 2 to 3 months. I go and purge people that haven't been active, that have the initiate role, that haven't been active for 3 months.
Okay.
Because if they
So it's about
haven't,
that time.
yeah. So yeah, I the last time I purged was in June. Usually it's around around the end of the month is when I usually try and remember to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, Bunny. And that's when I started. That's when they. So Bunny says when she did the activity check, some of the initiatives been here for over a year with no activity. Discord finally allowed. There's a. If you go into server settings and members, you can purge inactive members, but it didn't give you the ability to like filter anything. Now you can purge inactive users that have a certain, that they gave you like a certain time limit that have the role of. So now you can go, okay, if they have the role of initiate and they haven't been active for 3 months, just purge them.
Okay.
So that was a thing that they had just implemented, like right when we were doing the activity check. And that's the nice thing
Probably
about
shouldn't have
Discord is
told
they keep
Bunny
on
that.
adding stuff.
Okay. All right. She could come for you. All right. Next. Right? Or
So
is there
yep,
more with
we're
vetting?
good. Yep. Anyone else have anything with vetting? Then it's Kat's got the floor for application template.
So one of the things I posted, I guess a month or two ago, was like, hey, list of things for application templates. I just wanted to get a quick feedback from you guys if there's anything else to add to the list. So like position interested in, what do you think the position does? What do you like? What do you bring to the table? And then like one of the other things was like a list of possible positions there, so people knew like the things that they could uh, post and say, hey, we're interested in this, right? So the idea would be putting this at the top of application submissions for people to be able to see, and like give them some idea of what to put in an application. So I just didn't know if there was anything other than those things that anybody had recommendations for, and figured I'd pull everybody when they're all in one place.
Yeah, for the PMs in the audience, well, for the PMs here, it's pinned in Parliament Chambers, I believe. I'm pretty sure it is. If it's not, Cat, pin it.
Okay.
I'm in two windows here, so you get to pin it just in case. But yeah, check it, and
Yeah,
if there's
I pinned
anything,
it.
dinky, if there's anything you need to, hey, we should add this or change this or whatever.
Yeah, if there's anything
Please
else,
do.
just reply to the message, and we'll toss it in there. So, okay, that's it from my side. Nice and quick.
Nice. I like nice, quick agenda items. All right. Number 6, general discussion of possible reorgs and changes to charters, etc. So when we went about rewriting the Constitution, there was we still wanted to keep it somewhat themed for our Parliament. Um, um, instead of being kings and stuff, we decided, okay, well, what other system of governance is there? So we went, since we were staying with kind of a piratey theme. Okay, well, not piratey, but evolving from that. So we went with Parliament for administration. And one of my things that I always wanted to do, like 6 months later, let's handle it. Let's tackle it 6 months later, maybe a year. Well, it's been a year and 9 months since the Constitution got rewritten or amended, and so I'm gonna bring it up now. I kind of always been uncomfortable with the lords and House of Commons, and it has a classist system, which some people might not like, and
Yeah,
some
it's
people
pretty
can go,
gross.
well, it's lords and ladies. Why aren't there why isn't there ladies sporadic bingo? It's in the yeah. Anyway. Do we want to look at changing it to admins, moderators, those kind of roles? Because that's basically what we are. We have our admin roles, we have our moderator roles, we have, do we want to break it out into that? The prince and princesses of Nassau would be retired folk. I don't know. Freeman can still be, vested freeman and regular freeman, or they're not called regular freeman, but yeah.
I feel like it would be more relatable, personally. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
I need some time
Anyone
to come
else?
up with some good suggestions though.
It's just Freeman. There's Freeman and vested Freeman.
Yeah,
And
there is no such thing as a regular freeman. We're all oddballs.
what do you mean with suggestions, Priz?
Admins and moderators didn't really fit because we have like moderator roles. I don't know if
Sure.
they're roles or what.
Eh,
I've got to look at the bylaws and figure out what
We
really fits in. But we've
we
got
do
like 2
have
tiers of admin something. So if we're going to change, I mean, it sounds like we're just changing the title, but
yeah,
I'd like
it'd basically be
a
like
moment to come up with some title options to throw at
yeah,
the wall.
it'd be something like server admin and general admin, or whatever, because you're going to have the people that have access to everything, people that have access to a lot of things, people that right now it's everything and a lot of things. At
Yeah.
one point,
And
we
we're not
were
really discussing
everything, a lot of
changing
things.
roles. We're just talking about changing the title by which they're referred, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Um,
it could be anything. It could be lizards and squirrels. I'd like a chance to like come up with some options for other than server admin and general admin.
So is that
Maybe
something that we're interested in pursuing as like a group to like go out, find ideas, come back?
yeah, and maybe it's something we bring to the Freeman. If it's something we want to explore as, yes, let's go ahead and do it. Do we want to take it to the Freeman? Hey guys, we're doing a survey. You guys have any ideas for what we want to do? Yeah, give them an input.
Or suggestions for like
Yeah.
trying to standardize amongst if we're looking to standardize, right, that's different than give us your ideas of lizards and squirrels.
I
Right.
like lizards and squirrels.
I'm
not
saying
pro
like you're gonna get
standard.
different answers depending on how you ask the question.
Oh, totally.
I'm thinking squirrels and nuts myself, but
Always thinking about nuts.
I am. I love walnuts and pistachios. Oh, pistachios are the best.
Can we might be able to twist it into an event, a thing to get people to interact. I don't know. I don't know if it'll drive any interaction, but
Yeah, Ralph was in the gaming community that is a military structure. I've seen military structures. I don't know if we want to stick with the military structure.
Yes, funny.
Been there, done that.
Narwhals and unicorns, and that's always an option there.
Yeah, I think the military structure has the same sort of pitfalls that this classist, like you had said, system, because there's
Mhm.
with being parliament members and lords, it's like, oh, I don't want to bother the lords about something like this. It kind of has that inherent thing. Same thing was like, oh, I'm not going to go bother the generals.
Mhm.
If it was something like we were even like helper role, like if it was something that was inviting, like you knew who to go to the helpers, and that would be our job.
I'm
Milkers and teddy bears.
I'm in a huge streamer community where it's God, demigod, and then everyone else. Then there's admins and stuff. I don't want to do that. I'm just saying that there's a lot of I don't want to make it a these people are better than these people system. Stav would like to raise his hand to speak. Stav, are we ready to give? I think we're ready to also do an open floor too as well after this. But Stav, you want the floor? I will give you the floor. I invited you. Now I think you have to go up at the top of the Discord and you accept the invite to speak. I know stages is a little bit new
I'll
for
try
us.
inviting again.
It was
Yeah,
There
that
we go.
there is
Pirate Rolls was kind of neat, but there's more than two.
Yo.
good stuff.
Word. Yeah, so no, the only reason why I wanted to speak was just because you guys were talking about that titles and roles, and I actually kind of agree with Priz here. If you're gonna change titles just for the sake of changing titles,
Girls
then
and lizards, right? Oh, sorry.
yeah, then I think that what you probably need to do is you need to just clearly define what those titles do and make that clear to everybody.
Oh, that's defined in the documents already.
No, I'm tracking that. But what I'm saying is that if you want to change the names, then it needs to kind of correspond with them. And I don't know how much of this you guys are trying to keep, because I heard the phrase or the comment that it's a little bit piratey, or if you're trying to keep the tradition of what the Freeman was originally founded on. I mean, you could do the naval military structures, but if a lot of people don't understand what those are, then it's going to be lost.
Right.
Yeah, and that's where like something as simple as super user, or not simple, different words, classifications. Yeah, I like the idea of something that actually defines what that person does,
Such
as
as
opposed to
chairman and council
normal.
member.
Yeah, if we want to stick with the council area, heads, the head of departments and parts of departments, or those are those.
Heads.
Maybe
Like department heads, like
we
network head or
We've got two
admin.
levels, though, right? We're just talking about two levels. Right now, it would be lords and parliament members,
Mhm.
right? We're not talking
Well,
about the
and-
different roles because we've got department roles and stuff. But like, we just have those two, I think.
Mhm.
Am I looking at this right, or am I?
For the core parliament structure, that's correct. There's
Okay.
some other stuff like you mentioned, like we have helpers and moderators and things like that that are additional roles that we assign to people.
Okay.
But at its core, there's two main ones.
So just to keep the discussion on point, are we talking about just the two, or are we talking about all of them, or maybe a little bit of both?
Well, so there would be changes. So if we had, and that's not necessarily changing, definitely changing parliament. So the administration class, we're going to say class just for classification. The administration group, Prince and Prince of Nassau, we can keep them. Prince and Princess of Nassau, we can keep them the same. We can retitle their role. That's not as big of a thing. They're just the next group
Retirees.
down from us. Yeah, we can call them retired staff, or and that's where do we have heads of staff, and then staff. We can be as simple as that.
Right. That still gets through what people do
Yeah.
in general, right?
Is there another thought to having people who are to specific games or specific game types? Like, for example, if someone joined the Freemen and they're really good at Sea of Thieves and they don't really play Rocket League or they don't really play anything else, maybe you have like a department heads of Sea of Thieves and department heads of Rocket League or department heads of whatever, and then they in turn are like junior members of parliament, and then they can speak for the little mini communities within the Freemen. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't like the idea of having that type of thing. Not really. I like it that all freemen can come and participate in the parliament thing.
Right.
You
I mean,
don't need
anybody
anyone
can
to
say
speak on behalf
whatever.
of everyone's welcome.
Yeah, and that's why I really like having, especially the stages. I love that they implemented stages, because we get the if someone's interested in participating in parliament, in administration talk, once we're not named parliament, any freeman, you don't have to be ahead of anything or anything like that. You can come and talk to us. Parliament podium would be relabeled something else, but it would still be any freeman could come to us and say, hey, we've got a thing. I would like to be able to do this for the Sea of Thieves. I think the Talk Like a
That'd
be
Pirate
like-
Day is coming up this weekend. Let's do something.
And there's no reason like freemen couldn't ever push those agendas, right? Also, I think having that shorter hierarchy of not having those potential in betweens means it's that much easier for someone to see that, hey, you're active here just like anyone's active here. Why don't you think about getting into parliament? And
And I think Stav, I don't think you were in when we were talking about it a little earlier. We're going to be opening up we have a helper role. that has access to the initiate hub area, so that they can be people that can talk to initiates. There's also a helper channel, so anyone can join that helper group, and hey, that they get to speak directly to Parliament.
Yeah. Mild change of subject, if you wouldn't mind.
Go for it.
And by mild, I mean extremely change of subject. So I had posed this to someone. I don't know who I sent it back to a while ago, and this gets really hairy because now you're talking about actual money. But has there ever been a discussion or a thought to swag? So I know, like, for myself, I'm a con goer once cons start coming back open, but like we could have Freemen of Nassau lanyards or enamel pins or like, right? I don't know the logistics of how we would want to do that, but I'd just be curious as to what the interest level of it would be.
We've talked about it. We do have stickers. We've always had the person that's going to be in control of that is going to have that. Then they're going to have to deal with taxing, the tax liability. If there's any income, or they're getting income but out of income. There are now more places that let you do their own stores, so you just set here's the icons to be able to use. We want them on this store. They deal with all the money, they deal with all the stuff. The Freemen don't make any money off of it, which is kind of a good thing, because who wants to deal with the tax liability on that, having to report taxes, all that stuff. But that's an idea we've kicked around a few times. Self-publishing, but we need people to come in and make some art for us. We've got a couple of pieces of art, but we need to get some art pieces. And maybe we just go to Fiverr and say, hey, Fiverr, this is our theme, make us some stuff. We could do that.
That's all I really had.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Stuff. I appreciate it. All right. So yeah.
My minutes for the general discussion of possible reorg changes to the characters, to the charters, the whole thing. I kind of got, I don't know, it's still wide open.
Yeah.
I've got, let's discuss changing the Lord's House Commons naming scheme. That's all I've got down for minutes, because it went lots of different directions.
Yeah, it's spidered off into a lot of different things.
Okay.
Can I request that we table this for next meeting with the idea of coming back with ideas, getting some ideas from the Freemen as a whole, and come back and for additional discussion.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I was going to say was let's put this until next meeting and get some talking points, get some talking done.
We need to have it voted on whether or not people want to change at all. I mean, I want to change, but I just it seemed like there was like a mixed bag of responses that we've gotten.
I think maybe, but
yeah,
I don't want to
think...
add an unnecessary step. So if we could we? Sorry, Wolfsden, go ahead.
No worries. I haven't heard any arguments against, and I would like to hear if anyone has an argument against changing it. I'd love to hear the argument against too, because I'm always persuadable. But since we don't have, we have a majority of people here, so we could do the vote in chat. But yeah, we have a quorum. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's do the vote. Does anyone have
what are we voting
a good
on,
argument
Wolf?
against? the go ahead on actually, we will go ahead and proceed with the idea of renaming. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so
If
we're voting on continuing with this line of discussion a month from now.
thank you. I can't English sometimes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I want to make
No,
sure
you're
that I
fine.
understand. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it. No, you're good. If anyone doesn't have any arguments for to put on the table for keeping it, let's go ahead and do the up and down vote. I will start with I for proceeding with discussion of changing the naming structure.
I
Aye.
Aye.
I.
Right. Racers no. And Venom. And Missy's and I.
in the end, even if we continue with discussion, it will still need to be, we would need to propose it, and it would need to go through voting for the entire Freeman, as it is a constitutional change.
Exactly.
So,
It will need to go through parliament voting, and then once parliament votes, and if it passes, then it will have to go to the Freeman as a whole. As yes, it is a constitutional change. No, we didn't hear you, Venom. Sorry. We didn't hear what you said. Oh, Venom's a no. Okay, we have 2 no's and 6 yays. So the yays have it for going ahead and talking about it. Again, this is going to have to go through a full parliament vote anyway if the change happens. If the change continues, and then it'll have to go through a full Freeman vote.
Sure. I would just like to make a point to, like, if it reaches that point, to go ahead and come with some options and just to streamline the whole process.
Framework. Yeah,
right.
and a framework for
yeah, to have it laid out crystal clear that, hey, we would like to change this title to this title to this title to this. What do you think?
Mhm.
And then, because I don't want the whole thing to get mired down in a vote of, hey, do we want to make changes? Great. Hey, we've got another month of, do we want to take suggestions? Hey, and then next month, do we want to vote on these different suggestions? It just starts to drag it out.
Yeah.
So, well, I also want to give them a chance to speak on it. Maybe
Might
we
just
can
be
cram that into 2 things of, do you want to change it? No. Or change it. Yes, we could change it to these 3. Yes, we could change it to these 3, or yes, we could change it to these 3. Something like that. Just to offer that option up there. I don't know.
Well, it would be the vote would pass whether to go with the name change or not, and then we would have votes on if yes, then these are the choices.
I like that. Yeah. That way, even you
Yeah.
can say no, but you can still have your input onto, if yes, then it's going to go this way.
Yep.
I like that. Great.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know how to write that in minutes. Someone just remember that. Thank you.
We have it recorded for posterity. Okay. Well, if that's it for that, then we go to general open floor audience. If anyone wants to raise their hand, talk about anything in general, Anything that you've heard wanna add, or anything that just, hey, I want to have more Among Us, whatever you want to say. Raise your hand. If not, we'll sign off. And as I see no hands in the audience, anyone else want to bring up anything in that's on the table right now, that's in the room right now? If not, then oh, I see Razor typing. Negatory. Okay, that was a good thing to wait for. All right, then, as we say every time we have these great meetings, and every time we do broadcasts, and all the other times we do things, I am DaWolfsDen. We are the Freemen of Nassau. Together with, I'm gonna fub our own line. We play together. We meet together.
We die
We
together.
die together.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh.